G'day fellow Pridelanders and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to do another review. This time it's not just a normal Lion King review, it is a Lion King remake review. So this is going to be very interesting, hopefully. Hopefully you guys will be very interested in this video because I'm not going to do any editing on this video. This video is just going to be one full-on take, so let's go. I have written down all of the plot holes with the first one. I really like two things when they do remakes. Number one, they need to make them better. They need to do better than before. They need to get rid of the plot holes, fix up the mistakes. Also, number two, they need to change it a bit. I'm going to use two examples one example for each movie of what they did, of the movies that did this in particular thing right. So my first example is going to be Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast did plot holes right. They got, like, let's just say 9 out of 10 right. I'm not going to rewatch the movie and work out all the plot holes and then work out which ones they got right. But they only, like, made one mistake, which was the only plot hole that they didn't fix was the whole thing that Belle wanted Adventure of the Great Wide Somewhere, and they didn't do it, and scene or something where she got adventure. She got adventure. She got to go on in a book, but, like, it wasn't really adventure. It was more like discovering. So, yeah, they got that pretty close. That's what I mean. And my example for doing things right when it comes to making things different is the new Aladdin one. They did so many things right that not only did they make things different, they also fixed some things that were wrong with the other movie. They made they made Jasmine such a good character. They, like, improved her so much, made her such a strong female character. They, like, improved on everything, and they did some new things. They knew that they couldn't be exactly the same as the original, and they were okay with that. They did their own spin on it. They made the Arabian Nights song different. They made the whole genie thing, the whole genie story, the whole genie character, the whole genie concept, all different. Yeah. But Lion King didn't do either of those things with its remake. And this is why I absolutely saw Lion King remake as a waste of money, time, your time, cinema tickets, like waste of money for people who made it, but also waste of money for us cinema tickets. I just made a YouTube playlist. Watch it on that. That way you don't waste your money. I mean, the only way you can watch it right now is getting it on DVD or watching it from a friend. And that is not worth the money. Watching it on DVD, that is. Watching it with a friend, sure. But I wouldn't even say it's worth a watch. Watch it once, you're done. It's just like the original, except worse. Watch the original. It's not needed. It's an okay movie. I enjoy it. There are some good things about it. There are some things they improved about it. But it wasn't needed. And because they didn't actually improve that much about it, they just made it so painful. Me just being like, ugh. So, I went down and wrote down all the plot holes in the movie. The original one, that is. I did not expect this many plot holes. I expected 10 at the most. But I have 25. 25! Is this upside down? No, it's not, just because this is a selfie camera. 25 plot holes, along with 10 things that just bugged me and were kind of wrong. I don't know, I guess they just bugged me. And out of 25, wait for it, they fixed 4.5. And when I say a half, I mean they tried. They, like, established that this was a plot hole, but then didn't fix it. So I'm gonna go all out and just read out all of these and say how they did or didn't fix these plot holes. The animals didn't know. So how did the animals know to go to Simba's presentation? How did they know that? In Lion King 2, they established that Mufasa's spirit comes along like with all the leaves, and they follow Mufasa's spirit. But there was no way, and they explained, no one ever points this out. Which makes sense. If no one ever points this out, that they wouldn't do anything. But they didn't even change anything about the first scene at all. So yeah, they didn't change that. Why is Scar evil? They kind of established it, but they didn't make it super clear. Because of Po Munchkin and him pointing out of how mean Mufasa is, and how he's not a good brother, and how he's a bad king. It makes sense to me. But a lot of people, especially kids, it doesn't make sense as to why he's evil. He just wants to be king. That's his goal. It's clear what his goal is, but it doesn't show why he's evil. That was not established. Why don't the animals worry when the lions are near them? So, in the scene where Mufasa is talking about how everything is connected in a delicate balance. You need to understand that balance because we become the grass, blah blah blah. And he's just walking around, and and the animals do not worry at all. This guy could kill them at any point. He's still a lion, despite the fact that he's a king. He still needs to eat. He's still a lion. He still could eat you. And they never acknowledge that. So yeah, that. Why is Nala friends with a brat like Simba? I don't know why Nala is friends with a brat like Simba. Nala can do better than somebody like Simba. I guess maybe she's friends with him because he's the future king. Maybe he's the cool kid. But then that comes up to the next problem. Why are there no other cubs? That they actually do establish. Well done. They put in some cubs. For 5 seconds. I've gone through 5 problems, and now you've got one of them correct. One of them you've done right. Well done, Lion King remake. Well done. You have achieved something. I just kind of put this one in as, it's not really a plot hole, but I probably should have put this in problems, but what is actually wrong with the water hole? They never actually say what is wrong with the water hole. Because Nala goes, the water hole, what's so good about the water hole? What's wrong with the water hole? Who is Nala's dad? That was never established. Established in this Lion King 6 New Adventures, the stories of Copa. I recommend them. They're great stories. It's established that there are other lions that exist, other male lions that could have been dad, and it's kind of establishing the lion god thing. Now that we're talking about Lion God, I just want to mention this thing before I forget it. I don't think this is really a plot hole with Lion King 1. It's kind of a plot hole with Lion King 2, but I still kind of wanted to say that it's something that I wanted to happen in the Lion King remake, so I'm going to say it's a plot hole. I didn't count it as a plot hole. You can say, if you didn't think the whole water hole plot hole counted, you could pretend this is a plot hole that is counted as the 25th one. Which is, where did all of, Zira's pride come from? How did they get there? How was, all those new cubs born and all that? And they could have said that sort of stuff in Lion Guard. They could have, showed us a little bit of background in something like Lion Guard. Instead, lots of Lion Guard, especially season 1, wasn't very good. Some of Lion Guard is very good. Some of it is okay. A lot of the songs are very good. but a lot of season 1 I absolutely hate. But that's for another video. Anyway, yeah, they don't establish that one at all, which I was disappointed about. They don't establish at all anything about the Outlander lions and about Scar's potential mate. I think they mentioned at some point that he wanted a Sarabi. Yeah, but like, so I guess it makes sense that it wouldn't be in context for this. And I guess they don't have a Lion King 2, so it's not needed. So I guess that makes sense. Maybe we can say it's 24 plot holes, if you really want to say that. Okay, Zazu should be dead. Zazu really should be dead. Like, Simba could have accidentally broken one of his bones when he, like, did pouncing practice on him. But he really should have been dead when a rhino sat on him. Yeah, I don't remember anything part where, like, there wasn't any not significant damage. Actually, no, they did fix that. They just kind of made him caught up. But they kind of half fixed that. There's another half one. Because, like, he was caught up in birds or something. He just couldn't find them or something. This isn't a very memorable movie, as you can notice. Yeah. I guess they were cubs, but then, like, in that case, should have been smarter than cubs. I guess that you can count that as a half. They half fixed that plot hole. They tried to fix that plot hole. Didn't really work because Zazu should be smarter than cubs. Why didn't the hyenas just eat the cubs at first sight? The hyenas were funnier. They weren't as dumb. But they still didn't eat the cubs at first sight. Why didn't Scar prepare the hyenas for the cubs to come and, come to the hyenas? They kind of fixed this. I guess it said this as fixing this plot hole because they just made it, did a different thing, which is good. It's good to have something different in the remake. That Scar just met the hyenas, and so, yeah. But, if you want the hyenas to be your ally, why not ally them before you go and try and set up a trap with them included in your plan, So still, it did kind of work. They did kind of work that out, because Scar's whole thing is be prepared, And he didn't even prepare the hyenas for the cubs to come and tell them to, hey, eat these cubs. Yeah. Alright, next plot hole. Zazu gets knocked out. So in the stampede, Zazu gets knocked out by Scar, and it's never established again, whether Zazu realized that was Scar that knocked him out, what happened. Yeah, it's never established. Instead, in this one, they tried to fix this, but they significantly failed. They made, instead of him knocking him out, made Scar say, go and get the herd. And then that was never established. So, they didn't fix a plot hole, they just made a plot hole within their own movie. So, that one's not ticked to me. Yeah, they didn't fix that. They tried, but they significantly failed. They never established it. Okay, where did all the grass go? So when the Pride Lands is completely, actually no, we'll do this later. How did Simba get through the desert as a cub? They worked this out. They showed us Simba getting through a desert as a cub. In the original, it was just kind of he goes through a bunch of thorns. Suddenly he's he's dying completely out of water. He's dying in the desert with vultures surrounding him. Like, what happened in between then? And they actually fix this. They actually see him walk and through the desert, and yeah. So, well done. You achieved another thing. Well done. So that's that's about 3 things you have achieved so far. Out of like, maybe I'm up to 15 now. Okay. Why didn't Simba get thirsty? He was just lying dead from walking through the desert. Well, he was dying from walking through the desert without any water. And then the Timon and Pumbaa wake him up, splash him with some water, you know. And then he doesn't want to drink the water. Why wasn't he thirsty? They did not establish this at all. I don't think they actually even splashed him with water. So he should have been really thirsty. The hyenas were too dumb. They fixed that. The hyenas were less dumb. They were actually more funny. It was really funny. Okay, so now we'll go back to, where did all the grass go? How did the Pride Lands get that bad? So, they say that, like, Scar was over hunting and all that jazz. That makes sense. I guess that would make sense for the, animals to move on. But wouldn't that mean that the grass would grow longer? Like, really, the grass would grow longer if there were no animals there. Was there a drought and overhunting? They never established it. And they didn't. Yeah. They didn't establish in the remake. Okay. What bad things did Scar actually do during the in-betweens? So they never actually said the bad things that Scar actually did. I mean, he wanted Sarabi to eat with him in the remake. He got really angry at her at the end, but like, I guess they do establish that. I'm gonna say, I think I should change the score. They fixed 5 potholes instead of 4.5. I'm gonna say they fixed 6 potholes. 4.5. Now that I'm overreading this, I think they fixed that one. Okay. I'm just gonna go over some things that weren't exactly potholes, but like problems. No expression. There were no expressions when the animals were walking over to meet the new king. We didn't know how the animals felt. They didn't change that at all. They did a photo for photo shot. It wasn't a perfect scene, people. Zazu is annoying. He's annoying to watch. They fixed that. That was really good. He was funny. Well done. Mufasa is not a good king or father. So, they kind of fixed this in making Simba a little bit less of a brat. You know? He didn't exactly cry in the scene after the hyenas. You know? They kind of made him an okay father, but they still didn't make him a very good king. He was very stupid as well. What did he expect in both movies? What did he expect the hyenas to eat in the Outlands? They are part of his pride. At least they want to be part of his kingdom. You know? And they can't eat anything there. There must be another way than just banishing them. And if there isn't another way, you should establish that. So that is a plot hole. That is a problem. I didn't like that. Is the whole thing of, what would your mother think? They fix that. They don't say that. Well done. They do fix a lot of the small problems, which is good. But they make new problems. Like how everyone should know that Scar is evil in this one. Like, they think Mufasa's actor, I forgot his name, I'm really sorry. Jeremy, nope. Okay, no, I'm not gonna even try because I'm horrible with names of anyone or anything. Sorry. Yeah, they used the same actor for Mufasa, but not for Scar. This guy is a good actor, but everyone in that movie should know that Scar is super evil. And they don't. They don't know that he's super evil. They don't. And, like, how can you not know this? Even Simba should know this. Which is really makes me angry. Okay. Let's go back to plot holes. Actually, no, let's not go back to plot holes. There are no teenage scenes. I wanted some teenage scenes. I still didn't get that. Yeah. Alright. Now let's go back to plot holes. What did Nala expect to find? Why did Nala go to the jungle? So, in the original, Nala just kind of turns up saying, I was looking for help. It's seen in the deleted scenes that she actually got exiled from the Pride Lands, but of course we don't know that, so that still counts as a plot hole because we don't know that. The deleted scenes are deleted, so they're not official scenes. So yeah, we don't know, and this one, they kind of just instead say, like, instead of them saying, you know, she got banished from the Pride Lands because deleted scenes reasons, this one they kind of just say, she's gonna go and get help. Who are you expecting to find? What are you expecting to find? What are you expecting to do? Are you gonna go and find more food? Overkill in another place and then just bring all the food to the Pride Land somehow? Do you expect to find the lion? Like, it really seemed like she expected to find Simba. Or like some other lion, because they worked things out way too quickly in the remake, which is one of the new problems that I've written down here. New problems. They worked things out way too quickly with Rafiki, with the stuff of lion fur. How the lion fur gets there, that's not done too quickly at all. But he works out that it's Simba's fur way too quickly. Nala figures out that Simba way too quickly. I mean, he just looks like any normal adult male lion would look, you know? It's not that crazy. Nala never says sorry for eating Pumbaa. She never does. I'm sure that was a very scarring scene for Pumbaa. And she never says sorry. Nala is, and after that, she's no longer hungry. We don't see her eat anything. Poor Nala. And when they do the whole, can you feel the love tonight? There's a scene where they're drinking at water. Nala should be like, super thirsty, just like licking the water up like crazy because there's a drought or whatever's making the grass not grow. But she's just like licking slowly, being like, I love this guy. I love this guy. Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing. One of the problems with the movie that I felt was that Can You Feel the Love Tonight was a bit too boring for kids. They didn't fix that, but that was just my own personal problem, I guess. They got the time of day wrong with Can You Feel the Love Tonight. I hated that. That was a new problem that I hated. I noticed in the scenes, which I do have, in the Pride Lands, when Scar is king, that they say that Lioness is a king, hunting, and it's the lion and Scar's complaining about how the lionesses don't do their job. If the lionesses are the ones who are hunting, then why does everyone say that Scar is the one who's over hunting? In that case, wouldn't it be Scar who is over like the lionesses who are over hunting? Is Scar like making them over hunt? Like, what's the punishment if you don't over hunt? Like, nah. Like that I just figured out this whole new plot hole as no one's ever established this, but now that I see this plot hole, it's like a giant plot hole, and the remake doesn't fix that plot hole. But Disney just saying, this is not an idea to make another remake. Just fix it in like Lion Guard or something. I mean, I know you finished Lion Guard, but like, don't do another cash grab remake. Do something low money budget, which is just trying to be good. You know? Lion Guard didn't have that good of a budget. At the end, it was good. It was okay. In the end, that is. If you want to fix these things, Disney, don't do it the way you did last time. That was a giant cash grab, and it's obvious, and I hate it. I hate how it was a giant cash grab. I don't hate the thing itself. It was an okay thing itself. Let's get back to business. Why didn't the lionesses help Simba when Scar was just like, you know, saying that, blaming him for Mufasa's death? They still didn't help him. They even had this stupid line of Nala saying, "Lionesses, attack!" That wasn't needed. It was obvious. They should have attacked like 10 minutes ago. The hyena should have worked out that Scar was trying to trick Simba. They kind of tried with this. Nala, it's like Scar did explain it, but they didn't work it out. And the hyena should have noticed the fire. Like, you just ate a whole lion. And you're like, oh, look, a fire. I'm gonna get burned by it now and die. The hyenas are smarter than that. Especially in the remake. And then the only other problems with the old one are Pumbaa be called a pig. They actually fixed that. Well done. And there were too many lion puns in general. They actually fixed that. Well done. And the new problems were Mufasa is lightning. It kind of made it seem like Mufasa was the one who caused the fire. That was a new problem. I hated that. And Nala and Shenji, they just kind of like set it up, this whole thing about girl in power versus girl in power. And then they had something or other. It looked like they were going to have a fight. And then they didn't or something. Either that or they had a fight and it was a stupid fight, but my eyes missed it because I am not good at those sort of quick, dark fights. And you couldn't, and I didn't write this in here, but let's add new problems. You couldn't tell the difference between Scar and Simba in the dark. And let's add another new problem. Scar, the characters didn't look like the characters. The animators did a great job. Let's name the good things about this movie. They did do some good things. They did do like 5 out of 10 of the problems of the first movie they did fix. 6 out of 25 problems, plot holes, they did fix. 3 of them they kind of tried and really failed, which kind of made them just, And I can tell that the animators really tried here. Well done. Oh yeah, and Zazu and Pumbaa and Timon were done really well. Everything else, this movie was stupid. I actually ripped that in one go. Yes! Should I do it again? No. Okay. So yeah, it's an enjoyable movie to watch, granted. If you like this movie, good for you. But this movie got way more money than it should have got. This movie should have not have been that successful. and I contributed to it. I'm like, okay, sure. If my friends really want to watch this thing, I'll watch it with them. I shouldn't have. I should have waited until it came out in YouTube or something. I don't know. I shouldn't have watched it in the movies. I shouldn't have contributed to the, like, loads of people who watched it. Because, like, I was one of the first people who watched it, and then I slowly started to realize that, like, everyone had watched it. And then I had saw that it was one of the most watched animated movies. And it should, and then I was just like, wait, it's animated? And it's one of the most best hit box office hits? What? Yeah, so this movie was a stupid, unneeded cash grab that, yeah, it was pointless. But enjoyable. It was an enjoyable movie. It was entertaining. But it shouldn't exist. Thank you for watching, Pridelanders. Please click on here if you want to subscribe. Not all of my movies are this hateful. You can watch another video, like my remake, like my last review right here, or you can just watch whatever other video appears here. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.